Roger that. You heard it, folks. Keep your eyes open. A lot of the animals here in the forest blend in with their surroundings. Can be hard to see sometimes, like the okapi across the river over there on the right. Okapis are rare reclusive animals. They live in dense jungle and are seldom seen. Despite the stripes on their legs, they're not related to zebras. They're actually members of the giraffe family. They're the forest version of giraffes. You can tell by their shape. They're shaped like giraffes are, just smaller. Way in the corner over here on the right, there's a little animal laying down by the cliff edge. That is a yellowback diker. It looks like a pig, but it's actually an antelope. Diker is Afrikaans for diver, and they call him that because he dives into the bushes if you get too close. The white birds that we're passing, that with the red faces, are yellow-billed storks. They're carnivorous. They'll try to eat anything smaller than they are, including other birds. So they're usually by themselves. On the left, across the water, there's some black rhinos. The black rhinoceros is one of the most endangered species in Africa. Hundreds of thousands have been killed for their horns. As a result, there's only about 4,200 black rhinos left in all of Africa. And even on reserves, they're not completely safe from poaching. Up on the hillside over here on the right, there's two kinds of antelope. The ones walking by over here are greater kudus. There's a couple of females and their babies. The babies are about 10 months old. The greater kudu is the largest antelope in the forest. The males can weigh up to 750 pounds and have huge horns. The females don't have horns, and they're only about 500 pounds. The two little ones running by here are about 10 months old. One of them's a male. He's got horns growing out of his head. There he goes. Up in the bushes, the rust-colored antelopes with the white stripes and the swept-back horns, those are bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest. They can move through the brush so quietly that you don't hear them coming, and they blend in with the vegetation so you don't see them either. And they seem to appear suddenly out of nowhere, like ghosts. Okay, there goes one of the mothers and baby female in front of us. And there's the other mother on the right. And where'd the little boy go? Here we go.
Oh, there he is. Hi. I got his butt.
Over the hill, we'll be coming up to the Safi River. The Safi River is a gathering place for Nile hippos. Nile hippopotamus is one of the largest animals in Africa. A baby hippo weighs 85 pounds when it's born, and a full-grown adult male hippo can reach anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 pounds. Hippos spend their days in the water resting and sleeping, and then come out in the evening to graze on the grasses along the riverbanks. An adult hippo can consume up to 150 pounds of grass in one night. Hippos can stay submerged underwater anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes at a time. So watch for bubbles. You never know when one's going to surface. In fact, I see one just below the surface over here on the right. Looks like a big male hippo. And there's some more over here on the left next to the island. The big birds on the island are pink-backed pelicans. They're unique amongst pelicans. They're the only ones that nest and roost in trees. They're also the only pelicans to hunt together as a group by herding fish into the shallows, where they feed on them together. Here's some more hippos in the river. One walking on the bottom there. That's how they get around. They walk on the bottom. They can swim, but they prefer to walk. Now we're coming up to an old bridge that we have to cross. Like most old bridges, could be dangerous, so everybody sit tight and hold on to your kids just in case. There are crocodiles under the bridge in the river. Those are Nile crocodiles, one of the largest freshwater crocodiles. These guys can reach 20 feet long and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. They're larger, far more aggressive and stronger than the American alligator, their cousin. Okay, Hey, it looks like we made it across safely. Didn't lose anybody this time, so let's move on.
Simba 1, come in.
Roger Wilson, this is Simba 1. What's up? Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the rail lately.
Oh, good.
You definitely want to check out that area.
Well, thanks for the tip, Wilson. Will be there in just a bit. Right now we're leaving the forest and entering the savanna, a whole different ecosystem with lots of different animals. And speaking of different, this tree on my right looks like it's upside down with its roots up in the air. That's a baobab tree, or baobab. They survive long periods of drought by storing water inside those huge trunks. And they conserve that water by going leafless and dormant like it is now for 9 months out of the year. That allows them to survive for several thousand years. And that one's almost 1,000 years old already. Wow. Now we're coming up to my favorite view of the savanna. You can see the grasslands all the way to the horizon up here. The Serengeti grasslands extend for hundreds of miles, and they act as a major highway for migratory animals. They're also the home of our more familiar African animals like giraffes, elephants, lions. This is the wild Africa we're trying very hard to conserve. These are sable antelope here on the right. Sables are the official symbol of Harambee Reserve. Both males and females have those long curved horns. Little antelope on the right with the black stripes on the side are Thompson's gazelles. They're one of the smallest antelopes. Those are full-grown adults. They only reach about 50 pounds. We call them Tommies for short because they're small and cute. Call the black stripe on their sides a racing stripe because Tommies can run 60 miles an hour, and that makes them the second fastest animal. Anybody know the fastest? Cheetah. Cheetah, that's right. Now the landscape here in the savanna is actually created by the animals who live here. Elephants act as bulldozers. They pull down the trees to feed on the leaves and bark and the hearts of the trees. That clears space for the grass to grow. Giraffes act as pruning shears. They trim the lower branches, letting light in for the grass. Large grazing animals like the sable antelope mow the grass by eating it. Little nibblers like gazelles and warthogs trim up the edges. In a well-balanced natural system like this, there's always enough food for everyone. These tall cone-shaped mounds of earth on either side of the road are termite mounds. They're hard as concrete. Elephants like to use them for scratching posts because they're harder to knock down than the trees are. Eventually, though, all that scratching and rubbing does wear them down. When they're worn down to the size of the one on the right, then the antelope use them as observation points. They'll station a member of the herd up in the mound to watch for predators in the tall grass and warn the herd if there's any danger coming. So keep your eyes open. You never know what's in the grass around here. Hey, here's a closer look at the Tommies on the right. These are reticulated giraffes. It's a male and a female. Reticulated giraffes get their name from the Latin word reticulato, which means net, and describes their coat pattern. Males like this one can reach up to 20 feet tall. He's about 19 and a half feet. Females only get up to about 18. Still makes them the tallest animals. Here's some more Tommies over here on the right. Across the road on the right, there's some white-bearded wildebeest laying there in the shade. Wildebeest get their name from the Afrikaans word for wild cattle, which is wildebeest. They're the largest migratory group in the savanna. Over 2 million migrate each year, making it one of the largest animal land migrations left in the world today. These are Ankole cattle on the right with the long horns, also known as Watusi cattle. And up on the top of the hill are some Patterson's eland. Eland are the largest antelope. They can stand 6 feet tall at the shoulders and weigh up to 2,000 pounds. There's another female giraffe. The horns on the Watusi cattle can reach up to 6 feet long each.